All right, are we on? Hey, we on? Oh, all right, hey. All right now, you're gonna see an old boy from Red Rover talking about this thing called subcooling and superheating. I'm telling you right now, I don't really know why y'all wanna always hook up stuff and be checking temperatures and pressures and things. I mean, I just don't get it. Anyway, and he's a good friend of mine, but sometimes I just think, man, why do all that? Don't you remember back in the days? Let me show you. You remember the old R22, Freon 22? Shoot, boy. We used to just go ahead and, hold on a minute. We used to just go ahead and just fill her up. You know, we'd fill that system up and till we thought we had enough in there, then we'd check that big line, that big suction line, and, hold on. Put that down, getting a little heavy. Put that suction line, grab that suction line. If it was beer can cold, she was good, boy. Anyway, and like I said, I ain't got nothing against Red Rover. He's a friend of mine, but sometimes he just gets on my nerves, all this stuff he's talking about and all this, that, and the other. And I think he's even going to tell you something about saturation. And shoot, saturation is something that happened to us after if we get back in the club on Saturday night, you know? Not on a Freon call or a filling up a unit full of Freon. We don't never talk about saturation about that. We talk about saturation when we get back in the club, you know what I mean? But anyway, all right, so let's get back to get over to the video over there and see what the old boy's got to say. I mean, I know y'all ain't gonna get it either, because I ain't never gotten it. But I ain't gonna say too much to him, because like I said, he's a friend of mine. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, thanks for checking in. This is Darren with Red Rover. Hey, I've had a lot of people ask, how do you check your Freon charge, just real quick, just to see if you've got enough Freon in there, because sometimes you'll be at the house and things are a little warm and you're not really sure what's going on. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of this air conditioner that I've got, which this air conditioner, keep in mind, it has a expansion valve on it. So whenever you have a TXV or an expansion valve metering device in your unit, you really need to go by subcooling. Now you can set the expansion valve to a specific superheat, and I think that this one here is set at around, I can't remember, it's 12 to 16 degrees. I think it stays around 12. This unit has a Mitsubishi compressor in it, so it's ramping up and down, inverter type, so it's ramping up and down, so it's going to change a little bit. But we've had it running for about 15 or so minutes, and so let's just get over here real quick and just show you what we got to do. All right, so we'll come over here to the AC real fast, and sorry about this, I'm going to make a little bit of noises here to get this down in here so you'll be able to see it. Let's see if it'll stay. I may have to tweak it a little bit better. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see if it'll stay. All right. Okay. So real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to take this. This is our liquid line. Move that right there. So this here is our liquid line, just a small line. I hope you can see it there. Let's see if I can move this over. So this is the small line. I've got my Hilmer strapped on it, just a temperature probe, and let me see if I can show you that right quick. So let's see if I can get this in here. Come on, there we go. All right, so that lower number, that 87.6, that's your small line temperature, and then I've got my suction line strapped on there too, which is showing 57 degrees. So anyway, with that being said, let's see what the pressure is now on the liquid line, and I'm going to show you how to get your subcooling. So let me strap this back on. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can get this on there without causing this thing to fall down a little bit too much. All right, hope that's good. So anyway, get in here. There just ain't no good way of doing this. Let's see if I can get over here. Get over here to it right quick and just stick. I've got this little bitty gauge, as you can see. You can get a set of gauges, but I've got this just to be able to test because it doesn't lose any Freon I got this adapter on the head of a gauge. So anyway, let's stick this on real quick and we'll see what the pressure is. All right. Oh, sorry. So there we go. So let's look at that real quick and see what we got. So as you can see, it's 300. Let me see if I can get my other glasses here. Hold on just a second. Get back over here. Get my glasses on. Okay. So temperature, if you look on the inside of this, just right in here, there's a little temperature line, and so you just follow it right up to where it crosses the red needle right there. And so as you can see, the temperature, the saturated temperature of that Freon inside this unit coming out is about 96, 97 maybe at 300 pounds. Okay, so let's say it's 97, for example. Then let's take a look at the temperature of this probe on the liquid line, and let's come over here and look. And as you can see, it says it's 88 degrees, somewhere in there. So you'll take that 97 degrees and subtract that 88 degrees, and that'll give you what your subcoolant is. So that's about 9 degrees. Now, what does that mean? That means if you've got 9 degrees of subcooling on an expansion valve system, which is up, you know, next to your evaporator where it meters, you'll need to come to the outdoor unit, and as you can see, it says design subcooling right here. I hope I'm not too close, but let me back up. 10 degrees. So that's the design subcooling of this unit. That's where they want you to stay, plus or minus 2 degrees. And as you can see, the liquid line temperature, the small line temperature is 87.5, was up to 88 a minute ago. Anyway, we'll look at it. And then as you can see right here, we're still around 96. It looks like we're coming down a little bit. So 96 degrees, 96 minus 87. So you can see that we're well within design right here of our 10 degrees plus or minus 2 degrees. So that's subcooling. So if, for example, between this temperature and this temperature, we were, let's say, just really low. So let's say we had a subcooling of, instead of, so it's 87 here and 97, so we got about 10 degrees subcooling. Let's say if we had a 3 degree subcooling, 4 degree subcooling, then that's probably a good indication that you're going to be low on Freon. If you're higher than the 10 degree subcooling, you know, let's say you're at 15 or 16 or 14, you're probably going to have too much Freon in it. So this is the way that you would check a unit that has a TXV or an expansion valve, and you'll have to find that out inside at the unit. You'll have to take a panel off and see if it's got an expansion valve or a TXV. So now we've got the suction line strapped on here, and let's move it over here a little bit to see. And as you can see, our suction temperature, our Freon temperature coming back right here is about 56 degrees. So sometime I'll do a demonstration on superheat, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But you've got to have some superheat coming back so that you don't flood your compressor. But that's a whole other deal, and we'll have to get that into another video. But anyway, so this is what subcooling is. This is how you can check your Freon right now, with it being at 87 and I'm going to say 97. We're pretty close to 10 degrees subcooling, and the unit's telling me we need to be right at 10 degree. So looks pretty good. The outside temperature right now, just so that you know, let me get up here, just so that you know, is about 90 degrees, and inside we're about 74 degrees. Subcooling is a good way to check your Freon level at a various range of temperatures. Normally you want to stay above 70 outside. You can go down in the 60s and you want to be above 70 inside. So it's kind of one of them checks you're going to do at the beginning of the year. Have your air conditioning company do it, or someone who knows what's going on. So anyway, listen, appreciate you stopping in. Please subscribe, and I hope you have a good rest of your week, and come back and see me next time. Thanks.